Yeah.
Welcome back to Pork Chops, Rice, and Peaches.
I'm Shanks.
I'm the One Piece world according to Garp, where Luffy is as Luffy does. There's my intro.
There you go.
Which I thought was really so appropriate when you think of the original comment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thriller Bark.
Yes,
Somebody
Thriller Bark.
Somebody mentioned it in the comments already. There was not a moment.
Oh yeah, well, this is not a premiere, by the way. This is an actual live stream, so we are seeing this.
Yes.
We are seeing the responses this time.
There was never a point where I picked up Thriller Bark where I did not have Michael Jackson's song running. I almost wrote, just in my head. I was free rent in my head. I almost wrote a parody to it.
Yeah.
And I was going to sing it. I was going to debut it. And then I just didn't have time to do it because life has been crazy. But, oh, hey.
Oh, you can see now.
The world is in focus.
Oh.
Oh, nice costume.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, my goodness. All right, Thriller Bark. I'll be honest with you. I did not have high hopes for this.
You did not. Okay.
And it was okay.
Okay.
There were some parts that I really liked and really enjoyed.
Uh-huh.
And I just,
I think coming off of Enies Lobby,
just about anything would be
there's a lot of things that would be a letdown after
Enies Lobby.
Yeah.
Right? So, but I'll tell you what wasn't a letdown. And,
Okay.
it all has to do, and I still haven't found the comment. I'm digging and digging and digging. I still haven't found it. The gentleman from Japan who really started talking with me in the comments section of one of our videos about animation. And I mentioned this once before, in animation first.
Yes.
And so I really, truly paid attention to the animation in this. Mm-hmm. And I enjoyed it. I think more than any other arc we've been in.
Okay.
Because I'm finally truly aware of it.
The fluidity between panels, the motion, the choreography of what the characters are doing.
Well, so
kind of.
Let me see if I can. I will just flip to the back of the notes and let me find the page. This one right here. Okay, so
72 viewers in here so far.
So take a look at that.
Answering all your questions.
That picture right there. That's about as far as my arm can go. All right. And if you take a look at this. That is, yeah.
Kuma with Vegapunk in the background.
With Vegapunk in the background. So the first time I read that, I don't think I really appreciated the artwork in the picture. Mm-hmm. And then this morning I was looking at this as I was compiling, the second half of my notes. And I took a look at it and I just started diving into the intricacies of the background. So much of it is covered by the panels of, the conversation.
Yeah.
But there's so much more of this that I'm noticing now. The amount of work that goes into it, because I'm starting to approach this manga as animation, as artwork first, story second. Artwork first, text second.
Okay. All right.
Instead of the
text first,
artwork second, because I think I've missed so much.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that I liked about this. I told you ahead of time, and I think everybody knows, I am not a fan of zombies at all. I hate just about everything zombie. And the reason why I knew that this one wasn't going to bother me was because it's Oda and its silliness. And so how scary can the zombies be if that's our introduction to Luffy in the beginning, that big goofy smiling face saying, I want to go explore the island that Brook just told us not to go on. Right?
Oh yeah. I will say the artwork is such a shift, because he did put some effort into I loosely use the term horror aspect of it, especially when they're first on the island.
Yes.
Where he's using scary imagery, scary angles, the shading, the lighting. It was a completely different style for a few chapters. And it was so funny just watching Luffy sit next to all these things that are very much
Yes.
trying to be drawn more
All right.
in that style, and it was really amusing. But he did a good job with it in the first few chapters, because I was like, well, this is really, really good artwork. I was reminded it's almost a departure, almost. But it felt, you know what it reminded me of?
What?
It felt like when we did Nightmare Before Christmas last year. Like
I can see that. Yeah,
I was
can see that.
I was very like, oh, this looks very Nightmare Before Christmas in some of these shots. It was really funny.
Yeah, I can see that actually.
Yeah.
I knew that I could get past the zombie part when we had Luffy versus the three-headed dog, which was it was just hysterical.
Erebus? Yeah.
Yes, Erebus. Yeah. It was just hysterical. You know, this dog grabs him and bites him and thrashes him around, and he's rubber. It really doesn't matter. And he tames the dog right away. And I said, yeah, okay, this one's going to be easy.
I think the other one is when the zombies come out of the ground, and Luffy's just, push back into the ground.
Yes.
And pushes him back into the ground. I think it's still one of my favorite panels in the manga.
So, this whole thing opens up with the crew. First of all, they're enjoying the Thousand Sunny, and I will say this, that the exploration of the Thousand Sunny at the beginning of this arc was just really fun.
Yes.
And highlighted by the end of the chapter artwork like this, where we had pages and pages where it's just showing all the different sections of the boat and where everything is across sections and all the it was just fun to learn and then appreciate everything that Franky put into because you first have to look at it through the lens of everything that Franky developed, and then you have to look at it through the lens of everything Oda developed.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And
how much thought he put into it. Like, it's not something you think about when you're thinking about, like, if you're in a movie, you have to think about continuity between rooms.
Right.
If you're filming in a house.
Yes.
And, like, your set, if you're working on a set that isn't a real house, you have to build the set. 2 rooms of the house might be a mile apart on a studio lot.
Right.
But you have to think about the continuity from one room to another. He has to do that and draw it.
Yes, he does.
He has to, not only with a ship, he has to do it with every location, every building, every house. Can
you imagine, is there a wall in his art studio that's just got those pencil sketches putting everything in place?
Or a folder or something.
Yeah,
I wouldn't doubt it.
Sheets spread out on the table?
Yeah. I wouldn't doubt it.
So we get a barrel floating in the ocean with a sign on it that says treasure, and it might as well have read, "Hey, dumbass."
Yeah. And bright neon lights. Trap here.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so they're going into the Demon Triangle, a place where ships disappear into darkness forever. But at the end, we find out it only had been that way for about 10 years. I don't know.
Or like every 10 years it clears up.
Yeah, something like that.
Florian Triangle or something like that.
So they board the ghost ship. They find Brook.
So what do you think of Brook? Let's start with this.
Brook.
I'm sure there's going to be quite a few questions about this. What do you think of Brook?
Basically, I like Brook's character.
Okay.
I like this idea of the humming swordsman. I like the gentleman pirate. I love the bad jokes. I just,
you love all the bad puns.
I love the bad puns.
I was wondering.
I love the bad puns. Mama Peaches is at home rolling her eyes right now because on our very first date, early in the morning, we're sitting over breakfast after she has flown about 24 hours to get to Chicago Midway. I pick her up at the airport. I take her out for breakfast, and I cracked a really bad joke, and she looked at me across the table with a completely blank face, and she says, "Oh, a pun. I hate puns." And I thought to myself, oh, we're not going to make it. I mean, that was early in our first date. And, so it's been 29 years. She puts up with it now. Mostly she just ignores them.
But every other line out of Brook is a joke.
Well, it is.
I can't believe my eyeballs, except I don't have eyeballs.
Well, okay, so but those jokes start right away.
Oh yeah,
because it's
off the bat.
All eyes for beauties like you, but as a skeleton, I have no eyes, and then they just go from there incessantly.
It just keeps going.
Yeah, I love that about him.
Especially juxtaposed to how he was introduced, because they float past his ship, and he's just sitting there. With a cup of tea, and it's drawn like for it's drawn serious. It's drawn straight. It's drawn to be like intended to be like super scary. Like it's meant to be like chilling when you first see it, and then you meet him, and he's just the goofiest character.
And then what's his next question?
May I see your panties?
Yeah, may I see your panties? If we get that running gag that starts,
that's never going to end.
And then
oh my, 93 viewers.
Luffy, who just doubles down on the silliness. His first question:
do you poop?
Do you poop? I thought to myself, okay, I hope this doesn't go on super long, but I mean, it's just the absolute silliness of this thing goes one for the other. So we get introduced to Brook. We get all of that humor. We get all of that lighthearted stuff. And I think probably the difficulty when I got to the Brook Laboon storyline, and when I found out that it was his crew. Okay, now I will tell everybody, and if you don't remember, or if you do, I went back to our video where we talked about Laboon.
Yeah.
And I went back to the scene where we talked about who was the crew that visited him, and I was convinced it was Goldie Rogers' crew.
You were convinced.
I was convinced, and I was sitting right here looking at you, going, "Oh, and I was watching his reaction as he knew I was complete. I could not have missed it any bigger. Talk about a swing and a miss.
To be fair,
yeah.
How long has Brook been there? How long did he say?
5 years. No? I thought it was...
How long has he been adrift?
Oh, how long has he been... Ooh, I don't remember.
A while.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Like 50 years.
Oh, has he been adrift 50 years? Maybe I misread that. It's a long time.
Oh, no, he was without a shadow for like 5 years.
Oh, it was without the shadow for 5 years.
Talk about that.
Adrift
50 years.
Yeah.
50 years.
That's a long time. Okay, but that makes the funeral for his crew that much more poignant.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So for me, Thriller Bark ended.
Everyone, 50 years.
For me, Thriller Bark ended the chapter before the funeral for his crew. And as I watched and as I reread that section this morning and I was thinking about it, I realized why it didn't connect with me. Why it didn't, and it's because he's a skeleton. It is because he's lacking so much of humanity in terms of the visual representation.
Hold on. Thank you, Mo Disty, for the 3. Appreciate you so much. Thank you so much.
I will never get used to that. I don't even know what to say other than thank you. That is incredible. Yeah, I know. I just, blown, yeah, my mind gets blown by that. Yeah, completely. Every time. So it didn't hit, and when you look at the artwork of him as a human, and you see that his facial features and his facial structures so closely resemble the skeleton face, it was really difficult. And one panel is skeleton Brook, and one panel is
human
Brook, and and they go understanding that skeleton Brook is still a human. It's a human skeleton. It's I don't know. It didn't have the same punch as Nami's pain, or Usopp's pain, or Robin's pain. Although it's the same concept.
It is.
He says, "I'm grateful to be alive."
Yes.
Yes. But
it's a different type, though. It's a different. I mean, it's a different reason, because he was forcefully alone.
Yes.
But in a manner of they don't show how his crew died. Like, they don't show the attack, and that's what I mean by they don't show the attack. It was just the life of a pirate. And that makes it almost kind of worse, just because it wasn't like a big threat that took them down. It wasn't like a plague or a dangerous island. It was just a random sea battle where the opponent used poisoned weapons.
Yes.
And they had no choice. And
as he's playing Binks Brew, and as the memories are flowing, this is the moment I'm going to get choked up.
Yes.
Now, right? You see
when the cameras roll.
Yeah, when the cameras roll, you see the arrows sticking out of his crewmates as they're standing there singing. I mean, he's got to finally give himself the opportunity to publicly mourn.
Yes.
Because it follows by idiot Luffy invites him to join the crew immediately. But Brook doesn't decide to join the crew until he's in.
He doesn't fully.
Yeah.
Because initially he's like, oh yeah, I would totally would. But
sure,
then but in back of the mind, obviously, he's like, okay, I can't. But
he's got other things to do.
Yes.
It's there at the end of that entire sequence, right?
Yes.
And so I can recognize the humanity of him. I'm going to enjoy the character.
Yes.
I think he's
a fun character.
He's
warped
great. Class is what it is.
I will say, him and Franky, that's like the ultimate bro team up, right?
Really?
That's fun to watch.
Oh, I look forward to that.
They are fun to watch.
Okay.
Play off each other. That is one of my favorite pairings of the Straw Hats as buddy team up. And there's a whole sequence in a much later arc where they're just together. And they're total badasses in a situation.
Okay.
It's so cool.
So
everyone knows what I'm talking about. But
Brook sitting on the ground next to Zoro, and that's a
fun relationship
where Zoro's just looking at him, going, this crew can be a handful, and Brook is like, yeah, I got this.
Yeah.
So welcome member of the crew. Again,
and the musician that Luffy has wanted since the beginning.
And apparently a good one. So
apparently a great one. Yes.
So so I like Brook. Good addition to the crew.
One note I will say, this is unironically a backstory that I think, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, I think it works better in the anime because Brook's a musician. The song is Binks Sake, or Binks' Brew.
Okay.
Binks Sake, and you don't get the sound of the music in reading it.
No, you don't.
But hearing it and hearing them sing and die as they're singing is a whole lot more heartbreaking.
Yeah, that would be.
And I don't want to play the scene for you, but I do want to play the actual song in Japanese because it's great.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
I wondered about that, and I wondered if it had been made.
And I will also say this now, the scene with the literal spider monkey.
Right.
I love that. The literal spider monkey. When he shows up.
Yes.
He's singing before he slices the spider monkey. And this is one of the rare instances where I will say both the Japanese and English killed it.
Really?
Oh, it's chilling because he's just slowly singing Binks Sake as he approaches, and the spider monkey's freaking out like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's amazing.
We've got to watch that.
I think we're going to watch that later.
Okay, we got to watch that. That's cool. So, yeah, I like him. And he comes in and out of all the action of the story at critical moments, and he's always working on behalf of the Straw Hats.
Mm-hmm.
So, that whole, I'll join the crew, but he's still got other things to do, but he's still going to join the crew, and then...
You know how you've always talked about Sanji being the guy that can kind of go off on his own and figure stuff out, like he's capable? Brook is another one of those.
I believe it. Yeah.
Brook is very
much
the type, and you'll love when he does.
Well,
it's so much fun.
It's expected that he can do it here because he has previous experience at Thriller Bark that nobody else has. So
oh geez, 114 people in this chat. Thank you
Well,
guys
hey,
so much.
Welcome. Thanks for coming and spending some time with us on this Halloween evening. So, yeah, Brook. Let's see. My notes on Brook. Ate the revived devil fruit, died, wandered the earth for a year in search of his body, found it. Tells Zoro that his hair is due to very strong follicles.
Yep.
I love that line.
Very strong roots.
Yeah. And Brook does a great job of just providing exposition for Thriller Bark.
Yes.
Right. Somebody's got to.
Yes.
Brook does it. Almost like a narrator. We learned that his shadow was stolen from him. How'd you think my afro felt?
So hot.
You know, the afro. I roasted in the afro. He cannot be in sunlight or will disintegrate, cannot be photographed, does not appear in mirrors, lives in a fog in the midst of a Florian triangle.
Hey, Megan and Ben. Hey,
we get
Ben,
all
how's it
that,
going?
right? That's great. Interesting. Right away. Luffy meets Brook and then says...
Real quick, that, Megan and Ben...
Hi, Megan and Ben.
Ben wrote our channel theme. And
Oh,
performed
Ben!
That's Ben. That's Ben.
Thank you for writing that channel theme for us, Ben. We love that.
Thank you, Ben.
We do.
And hi, Megan, if you're there.
Hey, Megan. Luffy immediately promises Brook he's going to get his shadow back.
Yeah.
First thing he does.
First
I
thing
will
he
get
does.
that back for you.
Oh, yeah. Luffy wanted him. He was like, wait, this is a walking, talking skeleton. Again, it's kind of like with Chopper. Luffy is just like, no, I want this on my ship. This is coming on my ship. I'm not taking no for an answer. That is
you're right.
sailing with us. Oh, and he's a musician. Perfect. I wanted a musician.
Okay, so honestly, what I want to find out and what I'm really, really waiting for is after he gets his 10 crew members, does he get a bird? That's the thing.
A bird? You want him to get a bird?
I want to get the bird. Well, because he says on the boat in the live action, in a bird. Even a blind reader can see the train wreck that is coming. I mean, this early in in the story. So we get introduced to the rotating dock system. We get introduced to the Mini Mary, which was just an absolute amazing touch. I love the Mini Mary.
I love Mini Mary.
So I think Thriller Bark had to be fun for Oda to draw. I think it just gave him a chance to just like play. The whole concept of Hogback being able to combine anything together.
Oh yeah. Even
though Hogback himself was really hard to look at. That was just a creepy character.
I've met people shaped like that. That occurred to me as I was reading. I've like just
pointy teeth.
No, chicken legs.
Oh yeah.
And I've met with the body ratio specifically. It was the body ratio. And I had a drill sergeant who was shaped like that. I'm not even joking.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. A lot of people likened it to Scooby-Doo. I just saw that.
Yeah, actually, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I can see that.
I can see that.
All right. I paid very close attention to the chapter art through all of the volumes because we were following Eneru's moon adventure. And that moon adventure was just fun.
Isn't it?
It was just fun.
So much
right?
fun.
So that was pretty good. And then I don't know how it is in the individual books if you buy chapter by chapter. Mm-hmm. But at the beginning, on the inside, I guess what we would consider the title page, the back side, right? There's always a small panel in the lower right-hand corner that is one clip from the preceding chapter.
Yeah.
And then the first one was the ghost pulling Luffy's cheeks. That one.
Absolutely,
so I look for those. It's right down. Show it. It's right down there.
It's a stretch. There it is. It focused now.
There we go. So I love stuff like that. I'm still looking at every single page of the volume as I'm reading it because there's so much in there.
Yeah.
Right. So Nami, Chopper, Usopp make a pretty good fighting team.
They do.
They dive off into the island. They go. They have to rely on themselves. I already checked off the three-headed
Well, you're doing
dog.
that. For everyone who has joined us in the past 30 minutes, we are going to do the first part of this live stream like a normal video, and then I promise we will be taking all questions once Dad is is kind of through. So we'll be doing some your questions on his thoughts. That if we miss it, we're going to. Is it the sound not in sync? Uh-oh.
We have a sound problem?
Do we have another sound problem? Or no? I hope not.
We got that little green bar on our end.
Hogback is Danny DeVito as the Penguin wearing Tim Curry's Frankenfurter's.
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay, that's good.
That's good.
That's good.
That is really good.
That is really
yes.
good. It's in sync for... Roger says it's in sync for him.
Okay.
So maybe it is just...
All right. It could be somebody else's feed.
I don't know.
All right. Who is the legendary samurai zombie who immediately asks Nami if he can see her underwear?
Okay,
That's just a creepy repeating gag.
So, that is Ryuma.
That was Ryuma.
That was Ryuma.
All right.
That's the one that Zoro fights.
Right.
And he had Brook's shadow, which is why he asked that question.
I never made that connection. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They
that
put
makes sense.
Brook's shadow, and now Ryuma, I'm going to do a fun tangent for you here.
Okay.
Ryuma is a character from a one-shot manga that Oda drew once called Monsters. Which is canon to One Piece because Ryuma is in One Piece.
Okay.
And one day we will probably read.
We'll
there's a collection of his early work
called
Wanted. It was one of the first ones he did was called Wanted. It was a cowboy manga.
Okay.
And there's a collection, and it has Wanted, it has Monsters, and it has, I believe, one of the early One Piece prototypes called Romance Dawn.
Okay, I've heard of that one before.
So
I think we've talked about that. All right.
I'm gonna do that. Eventually, we will do that.
So there's a particular panel that I copied in here, and one of the things that I've noticed now, I read whatever the volumes are that I buy off of Amazon. Mm-hmm. But when I'm prepping to do this, I use an online version, mm-hmm. and the translations are different.
Yes. And
so in this go through in Thriller Bark, I found a lot of the online versions translations better. And here's one, because I was introduced to the word nakama early on.
Yeah.
But I never find it in my translation.
Yeah.
And it's because it's not in it.
Yeah.
Because they use the word crew instead. So Luffy's warned the crew will disappear one by one, that he'll regret coming to the island. My translation doesn't use nakama. I wish it did, because he says, if anything happens to one of my nakama, I'll blow you off this island.
Yep.
And I thought, well, on my second go through, this is foreshadowing exactly what's going to happen at the end of this story. He pretty much destroys the island.
Yeah.
If not him, his shadow stuffed inside of Oars, which was, oh my god, was that funny? That was just hysterical.
Yeah, there's a lot of comedy in this arc.
Well, yeah, there was, and it was so much fun. And because it's Thriller Bark and I really didn't take it seriously, it was so much easier to enjoy all of the obvious comedy as we were going through.
That's
what
funny.
was with Nami's $ eyes?
She keeps saying treasure. Oda takes a lot of... So, it's funny someone brought up Scooby-Doo in a comment. The more I read this, the more I'm realizing Oda took a lot of inspiration from cartoons.
Okay.
When doing this. There's a lot of stuff in this that is almost an homage to cartoons. Like, she's constantly pulling out a notebook to draw on. And it's like, where did that come from?
Right.
You're wearing a skin-tight dress, and I didn't see a bag that you were carrying stuff with.
Right.
Where are you getting that? And that's just minor stuff. That's stuff that you can easily forgive, because it's like, okay, yeah, that's not breaking my reality. And then he makes the homage when Usopp pulls out the 100-ton hammer.
Yes.
That's straight out of a cartoon.
Yes.
But it's an inflatable hammer, so he's trying to keep it grounded. So he is really wanting to do more, like, there's a lot of, like, cartoon-esque gags in One Piece. And the $signs and the heart eyes are one of those. The $signs, they keep commenting on her $signs, like, how is it? It's like Baljeet from Phineas and Ferb. Her eyes formed actual little hearts. I don't even know how that's scientifically possible.
Are there any other Finneason, for voices that you do that well?
I have never tried to do Baljeet, but that was my first time ever. I just went for it.
You nailed him, and your Doofenshmirtz is legendary, so, wow.
Okay. I didn't even know I could do that.
I
didn't know I could go that high.
I was disappointed at how easily the strongest members of the crew were captured. And when my first reading, and then the second reading, I'm like, okay, Gecko Moria, he's one of the 7 warlords. He's really powerful. He's really strong, but I'm still kind of torn on that one. I mean, if you didn't take him, we didn't have a story.
You can assume that they got the jump.
Yeah, well, apparently they got something because it happened. And then, so there was kind of a detective story approach to this thing because
it was kind of fun.
We meet this penguin with the funky hat, and I'm reading it, and I'm like, where the hell did this guy come from? And then suddenly, I'm like, wait a minute, he's talking about not kicking a woman. That sounds like Sanji. What is this?
Yeah.
You know. So you start to piece together Sanji's essence is captured inside this creature's body. All right. It is really funny that Sanji's shadow was stuffed into a creature with almost no legs.
Yeah. Okay. Isn't that funny?
All right.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of really funny.
And it kicks.
Yes, it does.
It kicks.
But here's the interesting thing, all right, as we go from silliness and all the silliness, there was a panel in here that I think explained Sanji's character better than any other point in this story. Mm-hmm. And this is like ridiculous because the big thing I hate about Sanji's character is how he just gushes love and heart eyeballs and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But here, this penguin dog thing says, the power that can't be measured by common sense, the power that makes the impossible possible, it blows everything over. The name of that hurricane is love. Whoever did that translation, and you captured what's going on inside of Sanji, especially with almost the tornado curlicue legs, because he never has legs when he's swooning like that.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, wow, in the middle of all of this panel right here, captures it.
Since I can't live insert the panels.
It's just, and I thought about it, and I thought, in the middle of all of this ridiculousness, we get, so far to date, the best definition of Sanji's motivation and character.
Yeah.
Coming from a penguin dog thingy. Robin's wings.
Love is a hurricane.
I don't know. I saw Robin's wings, and I thought, I never would have thought to do that. That's Oda's imagination running wild. Although, on my second read-through, I thought, that is aerodynamically impossible. They are too heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Right? She is the...
Forget about that.
She is the...
Forget about it.
The spruce goose of One Piece.
Forget about it. Forget about it. Don't worry about it.
But I thought it was brilliant.
It is great.
I thought it was brilliant.
It's great.
It was. It was absolutely fantastic.
They're superpowers. Just treat them as such. Just suspend your disbelief.
All right. Nami and the Warthog. All right. Lola. Right.
I love
Lola.
Lola.
Lola's great. Lola is great in the whole, Lola wants Absalom, and Absalom wants Nami, and Nami wants nothing to do with either one of them, and then she lies and calls herself Nazimo and says she's a guy, which when the reveal comes much later that Lola always knew that. Mm-hmm. I thought was absolutely wonderful. So, they're running off doing that battle. Franky and Robin continue to make a great team working together through Thriller Bark.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I'm truly enjoying watching that.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
No, he's caught up. This is not like the 5K live stream. This is not first thoughts on Thriller Bark. This is the Thriller Bark.
Yeah, this is all of Thriller Bark. I've been through Thriller Bark twice now. And I will eventually do it a third time.
Yeah. What chapter did you end? What happened at the end of the last chapter you read? Just out of curiosity, because I might have read a couple ahead, but
I didn't. Gosh, I think it was 493. It was deep into it. They left Thriller Bark, and I read just a little bit in, and then I stopped.
Okay.
So.
What was the last thing you remember happening.
Yes.
Good. All right.
Yes.
Good talk. Thank you. That does
You're
not
welcome.
make this any easier.
Yeah. Don't worry about spoiling anything because, I mean...
Did you see the red line?
Yeah, I did see the red line. Yes,
Okay,
I do remember
good.
seeing the red line.
That's
yeah,
about
yeah.
where I got... Did the mermaid come up onto
So
the deck?
the mermaid came like a couple pages back, and then that's where I stopped when I saw the mermaid, because I know that then we were getting into the next portion.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Then
Yeah.
okay, then we stopped at about the same point. So
Yeah.
they arrived at they saw the big red line.
Yes.
In the shark submarine.
Well,
Did they take that out?
I saw it, but I didn't dive into it.
Cool.
Right, I cut off
All right,
right
cool.
there.
There we
Okay.
go. Now we know where he's at for everyone else. For all 129 of you who are spending Halloween with us. Thank you.
That amazes me. Thank you. So we still get a tremendous amount of exposition in the beginning of this, because Brook kills the spider Captain Tarlin. We learn that a soul or a shadow can be returned to its owner. Mm-hmm. Right. So we still get all of that stuff.
It's very Peter Pan.
Very Peter Pan.
Remember at the very beginning of Peter Pan, he's chasing his shadow.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
There's pieces of it, and then oh man, I can't mention that. I read some of the newest chapters today.
Yeah.
Because I was behind a couple chapters.
Okay.
Up to date, and something popped into my head as I was reading them. I was like, oh yeah, that's really cool. And then I just remembered, oh yeah, I can't talk about that.
Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Yeah,
no, but it's very Peter Pan. He pulls from so many different sources. It's just I don't
Yes, he
know
does.
if that was a direct.
Well,
obviously, it didn't. He expanded on the idea of a soul and not being able to. He incorporated some vampire in there, sunlight, but
Yep.
But the idea of taking someone's shadow away, I was like, it's very Peter Pan.
So an interesting thing that came out of this for me, we get introduced to Gecko, right? Mm-hmm. And they can force a shadow to serve him in the body of a zombie, or what they call a marionette.
Yeah.
And so that caused me to stop and go, okay, wait a minute. What is the origin of marionette? This is, I just had to stop and figure that out. What an absolute perversion of marionette, which, the stringed puppet, but originally started as Mary, the mother of Jesus, in little morality plays that they were doing with puppets. And I saw how far it goes. Now, obviously, the meaning changes over time.
Oh yeah,
I'm not
100%.
saying it's
a marionette is now a type of puppet.
Yeah, exactly. And but you go back to the origins and then you see what Oda's doing with this. I thought, wow, has that taken a left-hand turn over the course of time?
Imagine in like imagine in like a couple hundred years, an author. Your idea, okay? So the origin comes from Mary. All right. Imagine in a couple hundred years, a similar situation is being applied to Muppet. That's essentially what we're looking at here. Like, in 200 years, someone is going to perverse the term Muppet in a story like this. That's exactly what you're talking about. We already are getting, like, stuff like that, but yes.
I've never thought of it that way. That's great. Yes, you're right. That very easily could happen.
Yeah. What
will they do with Kermit and Miss Piggy? I don't want to know.
So
we find out Gecko wants to be the pirate king. I just realized just now. Yep. I just realized this is the second time that we see Luffy in knight's armor.
Yes.
And he is in love with being inside a knight's
Oh,
armor.
he loves
knight's
it.
armor.
He
loves it,
armor.
right? And gets trapped in it. And then I think Luffy losing his shadow. All right. Mm-hmm. That panel.
Okay.
I mean, that's just hard to look at.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing with that panel of him laying there, because it looks like Luffy is dead, is that his shadow is the animated Luffy like we know him. I mean, the juxtaposition between the two.
It reminds me of the Skypiea silhouette of him in the sky after he rings the bell. Yeah.
Yes, it does. Now, his shadow being stuffed into Oars is hysterical.
Yeah.
It is truly.
Oars was
and
hilarious.
If Gecko completely underestimated Luffy.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
Because if he had really considered, wait, this guy took out Crocodile, he might have thought about maybe doing something differently, because that whole thing went wrong. And what's the first thing Oars wanted after his shadow was placed?
Meat.
He wanted food. I want meat.
I want meat.
And then announces that he wants to be the Pirate King.
Yep.
Right? And I thought, ooh, well, Gecko's plan went wrong twice there. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Eventually, he gets Oars under control, but
so this is the point where we get a little bit of Brook's backstory on the crew he served on.
It's weird because it's not given in all in one shot. It's kind of given in
little bites all the way through, right? And this is the point where I was reading this story where I stopped and I had to dig and find our conversation. And it was August of 24.
It was.
Yes,
yeah.
it was a while ago, and it was our video Into the Grand Line. And if you hop over to, not right now, but if you hop over there, you will see me completely swing and miss at who was the ship that promised Laboon to come back.
In all honesty, for where you were at in the story and for the information that you had, it was a pretty solid guess.
It
was a pretty solid guess.
Well, Crocus makes a comment like about, what do you think, Goldie Roger?
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about that, you know, and so I mean that was.
But that was the first
misdirection.
That was a first in a series of people going Roger, and going, what? Do you know about? Is that what the Kuraha saying? Oh, is that what they call him, Gold Roger now?
Yes,
I knew him as Gold D Roger.
Yeah, you get all kinds of stuff. Yep.
You know, that was the first in a series of people going, starting to build this connection between the two.
Right. And these little breadcrumbs that Oda leaves to see if everybody can pick it up. All right. Question corner for chapter 460. Because I read all of the question corners because they're so much fun. All right. And it was a question about
that being something at the beginning that you were like, eh.
Well, you know what? All right, one of the things,
and that's not a criticism.
No,
You've come around on a lot of things about it.
I'm reading One Piece.
Yes,
so I am the guy who said the odds are I will never read this.
there was someone commented on our video, the breathtaking, where you reacted to the anime shots from Breathtaking World of One Piece, which I believe Straw Hat, that creator had to redo that. I think the copyright finally caught up to him. But I think he redid it. If you weren't aware, he redid it. But the commenter was like, it was obviously a first time watcher and said something along the lines of, I hope he actually gives it a shot.
Right.
And I said, oh, it's been a couple of years. Here's a link to the playlist. He's been eating crow this entire time.
I read that comment yesterday morning, I think, and I had a laugh.
Here's a link to the playlist if you're interested.
In fact, I think I added underneath your comment something along the lines of ketchup helps because I have So somebody asked a question about the Straw Hat Pirates singing a song from Family from a TV show. And then they asked Oda, if they're a family, who is the dad and who is the mom? And Oda answered it.
Yes.
And I found this one.
I love this.
I found this one. Frankie's the dad.
Yep.
Robin's the mom. Zoro is the eldest son. Sanji is the second son. And he's referred to as the delinquent.
Yes.
Right? Nami is the eldest daughter, third child. All right, Usopp, third son. Luffy, fourth son. Chopper, baby brother.
Yep.
I just thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah, I think he goes back and updates it. I think he puts Brook in as like grandpa.
I can believe that. Yes. Yeah. Well, with his age,
especially. Right, yeah.
All right. So then Oda continues with the creepy. because you have this Absalon, marriage attempt with Nami, where apparently the marriage contract is sealed as long as the Absalon kisses Nami, whether she's conscious or not or agreeing.
I don't know how that works.
Kind of creepy.
It's very creepy.
Kind of creepy.
It's very creepy. It's very satisfying seeing Sanji kick him in the face, even though Sanji had his own problems in that.
Somewhere here in the notes, when those two go at it, I think I referred to it as the Battle of the Perverts.
It is very much the Battle of the Perverts.
Yes.
It is very much.
So,
it sounds like...
What?
That was just Ada.
Yes. So trick-or-treaters are coming to the house.
And so somewhere in this, if you could leave a comment thanking my little sister Ada for passing out candy so that the trick-or-treaters aren't ringing our doorbell throughout this live stream, she would love it.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
if you would just comment a thank you, Ada, that would be wonderful.
So I enjoyed this whole battle with Brook and Ryuma.
Yes.
Right?
It was fun. It's kind of Brook fighting himself.
Well, see, that's just it, and that's why he couldn't win.
Yeah.
They knew each other. They were perfectly balanced.
Well, plus, it was Brook's shadow in the body of a far more powerful swordsman.
Yes. Yeah. Most definitely. But you can see where it's something, and it's the perfect setup for Zoro to come in. And so we meet Zoro's next sword, the Maitu Shusui. Are they saying thank you?
Yep.
Thank you. We will show that to her. She's going to love it.
She's going to love it.
And Ryuma actually introduces the sword. He says it's the Maitu Shusui. Shusui or Shusi?
I honestly don't know.
I don't know how to pronounce
that. Shusui, maybe?
Shusui? If anybody knows, please let us know. It is a sword not seen by many eyes, and Zoro's comment, I'm going to make it mine. Yeah. I'm going to make that sword mine. Yes. I absolutely love it. And this is a case where my translation is better than the one that was online.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the they have the battle.
Mm-hmm.
And Zoro says, I'll take your sword, but let's pretend this match never happened. I'm still got a question mark next to that one. He doesn't
want to disgrace, I would assume, in the way I read it.
Okay.
Shusui.
Shusui?
Suit. Shu, and then S-U-I like suit.
Suit.
Anyway.
Shusu? Shusu.
Shusu?
I can do Shusu.
Shusu, Shusui, whatever. So they hype up Ryuma.
Right.
This dude who killed a dragon.
Right.
And that is actually what happens in the slight spoilers. He kills a dragon in the monsters.
Oh, cool. Oh, I'm going to look forward to seeing that.
You know, the manga he wrote is canon. So, so he's a legendary warrior. And I think Zoro, in this moment, is realizing this is not truly Ryuma. So he doesn't want to disgrace that. He recognizes his legendary status.
Got it.
And does not want to dishonor Ryuma's legacy, especially since Zoro knows he's not the best yet.
Yes.
So
yes.
Although
but perfectly keeping with Zoro's character.
Yes. And it was a fun fight. That's a fun fight between Zoro and Ryuma.
Yes, it is.
It's a fun fight.
Yes, it is.
And the fight didn't happen because Ryuma as a samurai died. He's not going to tarnish the legacy. Yep.
Nice. Okay.
Very well
said.
That makes sense.
Very
well said.
All right. I appreciate that. No, that actually is very well said.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, it was this point in where we kind of transfer to Nami or not Nami, Sanji taking on I called him now you see him now you don't Absalon.
Yeah.
In the Battle of the Perverts. But what I absolutely loved about that, right? First of all, I loved his ability to figure out how to fight someone who's invisible.
Yeah.
Right. That was really good. But the online version calls this massive kick Vo Shot. And my version called it Vo Vengeance. And in print, it works. And it's this kick right here. Right?
Yeah.
It works so much better with Vo Vengeance. I mean, what a great name for a kick, especially in this difficult situation. And then you get what?
Roger. Okay, I don't know where Jonah is, but I'm going to show him this one. Replace Nami with Jonah and Absalon with me, then you have my fantasy. This is what he's been saying in our live chat to Jonah all the time.
You're not a well man. To get help. There are professionals who can get you through this.
Oh, Jonah's reactions are hysterical. Oh, it's so funny.
Is it really?
Oh, it's so good.
I'll have to check them out.
So funny. Anyway, I'm trying not to get too distracted, but I saw that. That was way too good.
That was funny. All right.
That was way too good. Thank you, Roger. I will make sure he sees that.
We're done with that page of notes. I can't. I don't think I can follow that up.
All right, and Usopp. Yes, Usopp.
Okay, so one of the things that I loved about Thriller Bark was Usopp taking on Perona. Not the strongest of opponents, but a really strong opponent.
Yep.
And
a uniquely strong opponent.
Well, and unique in her ability to be in her body, out of her body, float through walls, the different things. But Usopp has gotten over in this battle his instinct to run. He runs when he needs to get a better position to continue to fight, but his instinct to run from the battle isn't in this fight.
It's more of he's tactically retreating.
Yes. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. So I really, really like that. And of course, I'm waiting for Usopp to get that final character development that I've known about from the beginning.
Yeah.
But the fact that he beats her because she can't out-negative him.
It's so funny.
It is just hysterical that she can't outlie him.
Yep.
And when I read it, I was laughing out loud at that point in the story, and I just thought,
might
wow.
be one of the best, if not the best, Usopp fight in the series, just because
really
it's just so you're never gonna get away with that premise twice. You're never going to get it. Was
no,
just
you're right about that.
You're
right.
I'm always negative type thing is just like, you can't beat me in that. I'm always sad. I'm always depressed sort of thing. Is like, it's so funny.
But doesn't it also show you that he's starting to accept who he is?
Yes.
He's not fighting who he is.
Yes.
He's embracing who he is.
Yes, he is.
Okay. And that's wonderful character development.
It's awesome, it's fun, and he pulls out the Sogeking mask again.
I loved that.
Thank you.
Right?
Hey, babe.
How you doing?
My wife making her silent appearance.
She's mute. She's lost her voice.
Doesn't
mutism.
want to be her. Doesn't want to be on.
Okay.
Are you judging the costumes?
No, I'm just looking at your dad and I'm just thinking. I was like, he looks very much like live action Garby.
Wow, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. Yeah. That dude, yeah, he did a great job.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Let's see.
They're saying hi.
He killed off Kumasi. Usopp took out the bear, releasing the spirit. He does bring out the Sniper King for help. I like that we're going to see. I hope we see more of this. I
think you said that in his lobby, and I'll be honest.
I did
I think you said that,
yeah.
and I don't remember saying it doesn't come back, but I remember thinking it. I completely forgot that he pulls the mask back out in this fight. I saw it again and I went, oh.
I'm hoping that Sniper King is a regular part of the rest of One Piece. I think it's I just like it. That's it. I just like it.
Yeah,
it's really good. He lied through the fight, and of course, lying through the fight. Now he's using misdirection at will. This is a cool development for Usopp. Is that he's strategically telling lies and using them, right?
And he's so good at it.
Yes, he is. And then he figures out, blow out the wall. He figures out Perona's body is sitting on the bed. He doesn't panic. He thinks. And so Usopp is my favorite character to watch develop.
Yes.
Hands down. He's not my favorite Straw Hat, but he's my... what are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at the comments.
Yeah,
I'm multitasking, don't worry.
I understand
the question to ask is...
slightly distracting.
The question to ask is...
Yes. What is it?
Semi-auto gyro, or auto euro. I assume that's auto gyro. The question to ask is, would Sogeking be affected by Perona?
Probably.
So
we're gonna go with that.
Fun fact.
Yes.
Mom hates Perona.
Really?
Because of the English voice, I think it is. She found it too high pitched and squeaky. But that was one of the really funny ones from the mom episode.
Okay.
It was a really funny question, and it occurred to me reading this.
I still can't watch.
Still can't watch. Still can't watch.
All right.
But
she hates Perona. She did not mention that while I was going through this.
Apparently.
Although we did have a very, very interesting, and we'll get to it later, conversation about Thriller Bark.
Yeah.
Right? Did she tell you about it?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I'm just excited.
Yeah, no. Mama, we'll get to it when we get to it.
Oh, there's Mom.
What'd she say?
It's her laugh that Mom hates. Got
her laugh.
Right,
okay, gotcha.
There's Mom.
Mama Peaches is in there.
In the chat. Mama Peach is in the house.
Yeah, hey, look, if you don't want to hear us blather...
with 162 other viewers. Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you. Chopper and Dr. Hogback have the Battle of the Doctors.
Yes.
You get so many different battles and so many different pairings, and you have to remember that there's all these different things going on at the same time. And which, it was interesting. It starts as a philosophical argument about their medical skills.
Yes.
Before it gets into an actual battle. And we find out that Hogback hated his patients, that they were insufferable to him, that he wasn't interested in treating them, and he's like, all these people keep coming. He was
too good for them.
Yeah, Grandma's sick, and help my daughter, and he's really kind of he's a pathetic human being. He's also really a creepy character. I honestly at first thought he had done surgery on himself. It looks like his face is a mask.
Yeah, it looks like he's sewn it.
Yeah, like he stitched something on over his own face. But it's Chopper that says a human separated from their soul is no human. Zombies are mindless monsters. Hogback must be stopped. He comes to this whole realization that the surgeon that he has idolized for years is a monster that needs to be stopped at all costs. Are we having transmission problems?
Nope, I'm just checking it out on mine to check something real quick. Keep going.
All right. Well, anyway,
here we go.
I enjoyed Inupi, the penguin dog, with Sanji's soul.
Yep.
And Jigoro of the Wind with Zoro's soul getting turned against each other.
Yes.
Right. Okay. That was so funny. And I had to stop and really think hard with this because it's kind of difficult to track all the characters with the souls. And,
it gets a little confusing at times.
And then suddenly I'm like, oh, wait a minute. These two, their shadows hate each other as much as the real life people do. That was really funny.
Yep.
And Robin is great in this because Robin's the one who she's standing there with his arms folded, like this, and she says, "Oh, this fight is getting good." That's really. Yeah, and there's again where difference in translations. The online one was We are now in a good situation, right? Well, that is the horrible line. Whoever came up with this fight is getting good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. All right. I didn't understand the whole Sindri coming to a realization.
It's the soul. It's the shadow.
The shadow coming to the realization.
Kind of realizing
right.
what's going
on. Because they made it clear that eventually the shadow forgets their original and just becomes a slave too.
Yeah.
So that one was kind of an unexpected twist and turn.
I guess.
But she stops working for Hogback.
Yeah.
Chopper almost breaks Hogback's neck with the help from Robin. Robin's teamwork is exceptional.
I'll call him later, Roger.
And yeah, we're not going to do it now.
Yeah, we'll call Jonah for you, just for you.
We'll share the whole thing with him. Right. Let me see here. Oars breaks through the wall and starts trying to defeat the Straw Hats while Luffy focuses on Gecko Moria. Zoro gives us the great end of chapter 469 cliffhanger when the crew realizes that they have to fight Oars.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and he says, "Now things are getting interesting."
Oh yeah.
All right. There's no level of fight that he doesn't enjoy and want to dive in.
Oh no,
right?
He is much like Luffy, and that's why those two are sharing the same brain cell.
Yes.
They are. He likes the fight just as much as Luffy does.
Yes, he does.
And he doesn't care. He's not one to back down.
No,
and it doesn't matter if it's another swordsman, if it's anyone else. It will.
He goes after Kuma.
Yep.
He doesn't think twice about going after Kuma. This is great. Now,
the whole Straw Hats and all of them fighting Oars is just fun.
Well, yeah,
it's fun because they're working together so well. All things considered,
they are all working together, but
they work so well.
You get an ebb and flow in the fight where they all go after him, they all get defeated, they get knocked down, then they all get back up, then they all go in for round 2, they get knocked down. Yeah. You know that eventually Luffy has to save the day. It's kind of rigged that way. So I kind of watched the ebb and flow of the fight a little bit impatiently because I knew we had to get to a specific point.
But when Luffy comes and joins the fight, they kind of all work together to help Luffy.
Yes, they do.
To do that.
Yes,
like
they do.
It's almost like Luffy, I'm not going to say he needed help, but like this was one of those fights where all the Straw Hats pitched in. It wasn't Luffy carrying the team. The team carried their own weight to help Luffy. Now, when Gecko shows up later in the fight and does the whole, I'm absorbing all the souls, yeah, Luffy takes over.
Yes.
But it was really nice seeing the Straw Hats as a crew.
All of them.
Up to this point, we haven't seen the Straw Hats as a crew fight a single opponent. Mm-hmm. And let's be real, it's hard to find an opponent that... for all of them to take on at once. That has to be a high tier opponent for Luffy not to be able to take him on by himself.
Apparently, I decided not to put it in the notes, or maybe I put it into the notes later. But the Straw Hat Pirates trying to work together as a crew with Franky's idea of docking.
And there you go.
And they get Robin saying, "Don't ever ask me to dock again." I think her line in my version is, "I'm embarrassed to be a human now."
Yeah, that's in most.
Is that in
some
most?
variation. I feel so much shame.
Yeah, that is extremely funny.
I've been seeing that question pop up.
What?
All chat. This entire stream. How'd you feel about Robin refusing to dock?
Oh, I loved it.
So
I thought
funny.
it was it. Robin's got.
I think she says no in the anime. I think it's no, and they ask why, and she says because it would hurt my human pride.
Yeah.
Any variation on it is so funny.
Well, if it's fitting with her character that she wouldn't do that.
It's very fitting.
She's not leaving the battle, but she is not docking.
She ain't doing that.
Right? Yeah, I thought that was hysterical.
It's a very Nami moment of her.
Yeah, well, it was.
She's very tolerant of the crew's antics. There's a limit.
She's very, very patient with them.
Yes,
but there's a dignity to Robin that nobody else in the crew has.
Even
right?
Franky. is I think still older than her. I think he is older than by like 2 years, 3 years. He's older than he's one of the dudes.
He's a dude.
He's a dude.
Yeah,
It's his idea. He's a dude.
Yes. So yeah, that moment was hysterical. All right,
but how powerful would they have been had she?
I couldn't figure out what they were trying to do. You know, I know
they were trying to Voltron.
Yeah,
they were trying.
I don't see it working. I don't see it working.
Yeah, Thriller Bark is peak comedy.
It is, and
very funny arc.
So this one right here, and you might as well show. So I dream of having a small camera focused on my notes because my notes are actually really getting better as I go. But chapter 470.
Robin's 28 and Franky's 34. Thank you.
I knew she was 28. I didn't realize she was 34. This opening joke of, he looks just like his poster. That was fantastic. Great way in the middle of the fight to take a look at that.
I've always said that I want to collect all the posters of the Straw Hats, but I'm going to wait until the series finishes so I can collect all their final bounties.
Okay.
Part of me really wants to get that Sanji poster. At this point in the story.
So, the end of this chapter, and I know I'm hopscotching through it, but there's so much battle going on
Roger.
that, Oars defeats all the Straw Hat crew, and then you get a close-up of Oars' face. And this one is really important, because he says, I don't know you guys. And my translation reads, I don't know any of you. I think I don't know you guys is actually the online version is a better translation, because it's more of a Luffy voice. I don't know you guys. But the words don't match the artwork. Take a look at that eye. That is sadness.
Yeah.
That is sadness. Go to the end of chapter 470 and look at Oars' face. That is sadness in that eye. It's almost like there's a part of him that knows something's wrong.
Like he should know.
Like he should know them. Yeah. And then he declares himself as Master Mariah's servant, but I didn't buy it. I did not buy it for a minute that he was the servant. I just couldn't. And the artwork is what did it. All right. So we open up with Lola saving Nami and admits that she knew Namizu was a fake name all along. I loved Nami taking down Absalom with a thunder charge. Mm-hmm. That was
very nice. That's fun.
Was fantastic. And then I should have printed this big. Yeah. Right? But I just didn't want to spend that much ink.
The really cool shot of all the Straw Hats getting up to face Oars.
Yes. In the line, which is so great, is oh god, and I printed it so small I can't read it now. The power of the Nakama. He says, don't underestimate.
You shouldn't go underestimating the power of your own Nakama.
Yes. Yep. And then the whole crew gearing up to go into the battle together.
It's about as cool as the shot of the four walking up to the Franky house.
Yes, it's much like that.
Yeah, yes. I love when Oda takes the time to show shots like that, because it's just like, One Piece has so many goofy, fun, hilarious moments, but like when the Straw Hats lock in. They lock in.
Oh yes, they do.
Oh, they do it earlier in Thriller. It's really funny because they send out the coward trio first.
Yeah, that is a great way of describing it. But
they send out the three that are like the most scared of any situation, and then you get Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Franky, Robin, and you know what? In the future, we're just gonna throw Brook in there as well. As the people who aren't scared to go into a fight.
Right.
And it's so funny. It's like, why did you send those three? You should have led with these five. But yeah, lineup shots. We love lineup shots.
Well, so I'm looking forward, I'm assuming we will get a lineup shot of the entire crew when it's fully fleshed out.
I don't know if we have one off the top of my head. I can't remember one.
Right.
We get some dope lineup shots as
I believe
moving
it.
forward, and like even with non-Straw Hat people, there's some really good ones. I would assume he's going to save the best, like a really good one. I would assume he has one sketched out that he is saving for the end of the story.
That would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. One of the things is, so I feel like I
has one.
I kind of have to apologize to everybody. So I went back to college this semester because I have to get. I'm going back to the classroom next year. I'm going to teach again, and I have to get my licensure requirements. And I was not able to give Thriller Bark the attention I've given every other arc in this series. Because
I don't know. We've been going for an hour and 18 minutes.
Well, I knew we would hit the 90-minute mark. I told you that ahead of time. I have 90 minutes worth of
You
notes.
still got several pages left.
Yeah, we'll get through them quickly. There's a lot of pictures. So yeah, I feel like I'm skipping through a lot of this stuff. Oars getting
that's right, on the boat. That's right.
Oars getting stuck upside down and saying "stupid horns" when he falls and his head gets stuck in.
I like
the ground.
he puts on the pirate hat.
Yeah, the whole thing. It's got
so Luffy.
So much of Luffy's character in this gigantic creature, and then you get we talked about it. The crew attacks, the crew retreats, the crew gets knocked down. You get that back and forth, and then we have suddenly the warlord of the sea, the tyrant Bartholomew Kuma walks in.
Oh yeah, and when the second warlord of the arc shows up, you're like, oh, no.
Are you kidding
They're
me?
like, oh.
All right. So we got this huge guy hold the Bible to his chest, and I didn't know how to take that. It's like so much of the book is covered.
Just a holy text, I think, in general.
Right.
The Christian themes are used so...
Just like any other theme from any other culture. It's all interchangeable.
So,
but it's
kind of interesting to them in the way that their culture is interesting to us.
Oh, I can see that.
I think it's how
I can see that. But I'm wondering what it says on the book that's covered by his hand. It could be the Bible of anything. And I'm just curious as to what's in there. The only warlord who obeys the government like a dog. That's how Moria described him. Mm-hmm. And he announces that Marshal Teach is Crocodile's replacement warlord. Which,
Blackbeard.
Exactly. Who we just saw battling Ace right before the beginning of this arc. And we leave that was left as a cliffhanger.
It was left as a cliffhanger.
Okay. So this is the point where, well, no, I'll save it till later. The fight comes down to Luffy versus Moria and the Straw Hats versus Oars in the battle beatdown. Kuma, his entrance, he asks Nami about Ace. First thing he does is ask about Ace, which I found very interesting, without any explanation. Brook suddenly appears out of nowhere.
Okay.
Announces he brings the huge bag of salt.
Yep.
Right, and we get the whole thought thing. Suddenly Oars can stretch like rubber. That was interesting. I wondered about that from the very beginning, but apparently it was a very limited power.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't do it at will as much. We feed Luffy 100 captured shadows to make him big and powerful to fight
Nightmare
Moria.
Luffy.
Nightmare Luffy. Is that what he's called?
Yep.
Okay, the artwork is fantastic, but you know what? He looks like a Gorn from Legend of Zelda. He really does.
Goron?
Goron. Yeah, he does. He looks like a Gorn.
Funny.
Yeah. Robin's shadow gets stolen. That was a heartbreak moment for me because she is my favorite character of the crew, and I was like, no, not her.
Yeah.
She made it all the way through, and I know they're all going to survive, but still.
Yeah, there's a moment of no.
But here's one of the things that I absolutely loved about this battle of Monster Luffy versus Oars, and it's this panel. Boom. Right there.
Stopping the punch.
With one hand without trying hard and says, there's only one Luffy. It's me. So Luffy beats Oars and Moria in the battle. The 100 shadows are released. Then you get him up again. He fills himself with 1,000 shadows. And we get the sun is up. Time is running out. We have 30 minutes. But nobody backs down. Nobody runs. The whole idea is I'm going to stand here, and if I die here, I die here. And apparently everyone's in unspoken agreement. Yes.
Cam,
Whoa.
who is a regular presence in a lot of our videos in the comment section. How you doing? Thank you, Noah and Dad, for the show as always. This journey since day one has been gold. Big thank you to the family and chat for such a nice environment. Thank you so much, Cam.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's very kind.
Very kind of you. Thank you.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm glad everyone's enjoying it. So my view count is still stuck at like 163 on this one. So I don't actually know where we're at. We're at 196 according to 196. Watching, spending Halloween. Thank you all so much for being here.
I didn't know there were that many desperate, lonely people in the world.
Don't insult them now.
No. That was a joke on us. We were the target of that joke, not everybody else. You were not the target. We were. I go home and I just marvel that people watch what we have to say on this. I do.
It's amazing. Sincerely, thank you all. Thank you all for being here.
I wasn't insulting them.
Whoa!
All right. Zoro tells an islander, this was a great thing.
Whoa! Yeah.
Right. What did they say?
They're going, whoa. They're reacting.
It was a joke!
Wow.
On us! That we don't have... never mind. I'm sorry. Don't take it personally. That's just me. Zoro says if you're just going to watch, then watch silently. The battle against Moria, we've already won. I love that panel.
Yeah.
But it's a look at it like, okay, what does he know that the rest of us don't? Or is it just his faith in Luffy? Man,
Garp with glasses goes insanely hard, not gonna lie.
Garp with glasses goes... If I don't have my glasses on, I can't read my notes. It's that bad. I was thinking about that on the drive-in. I was wondering what the actor who played Garp, what is his vision like? Does he wear glasses? How much could he have contacts in, or could he see anything?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen anything with that. I don't think I've seen him wear glasses in an interview or anything.
I think about these things. I don't know why. They just come to mind. Okay. Kuma gets the shell call, kill everybody, hide what takes place there, so that the word does not get out that another warlord was defeated by the Straw Hats. Right? Mm-hmm. Now the world government is truly worried. The Straw Hats now have their full and undivided attention.
Yes,
right,
100%.
Right.
Oh man, we just hit 200.
Kuma, thank you very much. No jokes.
No jokes this time. Thank you.
No jokes. Thank you very much. Kuma challenges Zoro. Zoro tells everybody to back off. All right. We get the whole pawpaw fruit thing. Mm-hmm. He vows to bring back Luffy's head, and we find out that Kuma is a cyborg, a pacifista, a human weapon, incomplete. That's kind of frightening. What else is it going to add? And we get created by Dr. Vegapunk, who is 500 years ahead of his time, the smartest person in the world. And I have this picture of some steampunk scientist. Are we going to meet Vegapunk? I'm assuming we do. It could really be interesting. And I know you can't tell me. I get it. No spoilers. 500 chapters of him not being able to tell me. Sanji. So now we have an interesting thing that develops here. Sanji steps in to take up the same sacrifice when Zoro says, "Take my head," instead of, and then Sanji comes in, and that actually gets defeated. He gets bumped out. Zoro takes the hilt of his katana, slams Sanji in the ribs, and takes him out at that point. And I think we're establishing, and we might see this, Sanji's good. He's one of the big three. But Sanji's not Zoro good. And in my mind, that gets established right here. Of everything that we've
This
seen.
whole interaction has layers.
Yes.
It has so...
Yes.
Depending on how deep... I have seen videos, and yes, this is a reference to Melon... whatever she goes by now. Is it Melon Tree or Melon Tea now? I could have sworn last time I watched her videos it had 3 E's instead of an R-E-E in tree, but... she did an entire... The Scary Pink Lady did an entire...
Scary Pink Lady?
She wear all pink.
Really?
Oh yeah, she does amazing analysis of One Piece. But she did an entire video reanalyzing the nothing happened moment. And first off, she loves Sanji as a character. She
Okay.
adores Sanji as a character, so she read as far into Sanji as she could in that scene. But there's a pattern of Sanji. And this is what I'll say about it. There's a pattern of Sanji protecting crewmates.
Yes.
And not just out of a, it is Melon Tea now. Okay. Of diving in harm's way, and this is no different.
I believe that.
And to a this is,
but I'm going to follow up on this here in just a moment.
Yeah, because they're both doing it almost but there's like different motivation, I will say, for each of them doing that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where I was getting at.
So we get this whole sequence of Kuma taking the pain, the anguish, the agony, just from the one battle out of Luffy, and giving Zoro a taste of it. And of course, the assumption is it's going to kill Zoro.
Hold on. She's not into Zoro. She's into Zoro's big fat boobies. As she says every video. Quattro says, nothing happened. Thanks for the dono. I have never seen that denomination. What is COP?
Well, regardless of what it is, thank you. That is very kind of you, and thank you.
I'm actually looking.
You look that up?
Colombian.
Oh!
Pesos. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Colombia. I like reading from all the people from around the world.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's insane. I absolutely love it.
I saw Greenland earlier, I think. And then we've got Japan and Philippines and Southeast Asia and Greece. And Europe, and South America.
Was it Elizabeth from
awesome.
Greece? I had that long conversation with. It's just wonderful. People I never would have met, that never would have talked to, except for One Piece. It is absolutely wonderful.
Anyway,
that's okay. Kuma makes this comment, Dragon, your son is indeed amazing. Right? And I'm like, okay. Kuma knows Dragon. Kuma's talked to Dragon, and Kuma has talked to Dragon about Luffy, and Dragon apparently has said, my son is amazing. And, it's got to be from that panel. It's just, it's a wonderful little, another seed planted about Dragon. Okay. So I like that. But, Evelyn, that's right. It was Evelyn. Is she here?
Yeah.
Evelyn. Man, I loved that conversation. It was great. I really did. It was a tremendous amount of fun. And I'm sorry for getting your name wrong. If it's any consolation, I get my children's name wrong all the time. And sometimes Mama Peaches. Luffy waking up pain-free.
Yes.
That panel right there. There's no words to describe it. What it must have felt like for him for the first time in how long to wake up completely pain and anguish free.
After a massive battle.
And you never hear him complain when he wakes up in pain. I just looked at it and I said, wow. So then we get this incredible artwork of Zoro standing, arms folded across, just blood coming out of his eyes, blood coming out of his body, the whole bit. And then you get why the heck is there so much blood? This is Sanji saying, what happened here? And we get nothing at all. Okay.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
And now you understand all the jokes that were leading up to this.
So here's the thing. I mean, first of all, that's pretty powerful artwork.
It's Incredibly,
Okay.
it's a fan favorite moment for a reason.
Okay, and so here's what happens.
Loyalty is Zoro's middle name.
Yeah, yes
said
it is.
yeah.
Yes it is. So early on, before we got started on this, a whole bunch of people started with this nothing when we announced tonight, and I was puzzled,
Yep.
and I didn't understand it. And I didn't know how to take it.
You thought we shouldn't do the video because
No, I asked, should we? I mean, I truly didn't get any of this stuff, and then
they're still going.
I was
Yeah, don't let up.
I was a little annoyed. I was a little annoyed. I stopped reading comments for a while. You know, I mean,
I had to post a follow up saying y'all freaked him out.
Well, yeah, actually, I was.
He was a little like,
this.
I didn't understand. Should we even do this?
So
it seems like no one wants to see this video.
Well, I
That's
mean,
the
I
impression.
truly didn't understand. So I get through. I read all of Thriller Bark, and I sit down and I look at Mama Peaches, and I say, "What the hell are they talking about?" I didn't when I read this.
Did not register.
It did not register that this is what they were referring to.
Because sometimes it says nothing happened, and sometimes it's nothing at all.
Either way, that whole thing was presented in such a lighthearted manner, and this is so not lighthearted.
It is.
The
Yes,
artwork,
it is very much
right.
not. Yeah.
So she had to grab the book from me, flip through the book, and turn around and say, this is what they were referring to. And then I was kind of like...
she had to ask me what they were referring to.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, she had to ask, because I got it immediately. Yeah.
And I just thought, okay, so either I'm missing a community joke, or I just saw it so differently, because this is...
I wasn't going to let him not. I was going to make sure.
Such a significant moment.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And
it has become.
Moment,
and there's
right?
a lot of significant moments that are played off as humor once you get through it a few times. Obviously, it's not in taking away from the moment. It's just a joke. Just lighthearted fun about.
And it's fun.
It's a funny statement. Nothing happens in Thriller Bark. It's a funny.
Yeah, it is.
When
it's
significant
like a
things
significant
moment, a
Yes.
significant showing from Zoro, especially in this moment of how far he'd be willing to go.
I'm just old and cranky. I'm just crotchety old man. You know, I'm just waiting for the wrinkles to catch up. The following scene, the following panel, I really like that look on Sanji's face. He's sitting there smoking and considering everything that has just taken place, and realizing everything that Zoro just did.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at that face, and I'm wondering if Sanji is wondering, could I have done the same thing? And I think the answer is no. And I not only think the answer is no, I don't think Sanji would have survived. If I had to bet, I would say that he realizes that in this panel right here.
I think it's there's a very interesting Sanji, when we first meet him, is almost punishing himself because he feels he owes Red Leg a life debt, essentially, for saving his life.
Yes.
He thinks he owes him that. He thinks he does not deserve to go chase his own dream because of the man who saved him.
Yes.
And he put his dream aside
Yes.
to work at Baratier.
Yes.
And when he sees Luffy and Zoro, when he sees Zoro getting beat by Mihawk, he goes, "It's easy to give up your dream." And he says that because he already has.
Yes.
He still has it, but he's given up on it. And Zoro is showing him essentially is showing him, if your dream means that much to you, you will find a way and you will fight through anything. And I think this is a moment for Sanji to realize that Zoro is how serious Zoro is.
Yes.
In pursuing his dream, because
right.
Zoro, what does Zoro say? I will help you be the Pirate King to Luffy.
Yes.
I will help you be the Pirate King. And he's made that statement. He's not just saying, I'm going to be the world's greatest swordsman. He's saying, no, I'm going to make you the Pirate King, and I am going to become the world's greatest swordsman.
Which were two monumental tasks.
Two monumental tasks. And So, Sanji is kind of getting another taste of it and seeing just how far Zoro is willing to go for his dream again. And as someone just said, let's not pass up on the fact. Oh, I'm on the backseat. I will get to you in a second. Let's not pass up on the fact that Sanji has had his fair share of badass moments. Like,
yes, he has.
I need a light. That's not taking away from Sanji. This is a moment of showcasing. I think most importantly, it's showcasing Zoro's grit, determination, and loyalty all in one.
Yes.
And
but you
real
can't...
quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Backseat Feeder, thanks for 10. Thank you for letting me re-experience how much joy reading One Piece has been. I have found your discussion videos recently and binged all of them in about a week.
Whoa!
Okay.
Holy smokes! I can't even take that much of myself.
That was funnier.
Okay.
That was funnier.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
I raise my cup to you guys. Thank you so much, Backseat. Thank you so much. I would raise a cup to you when I
have one.
Yes. When I go get one.
You know what? I didn't bring anything up to drink because I was really afraid of smearing the grate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it dry yet?
It's pretty dry.
I'm crusty. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's like a wax spray type thing.
I put the stuff on. I looked in the mirror and I said, "Wow, I see myself in 10 years." It was kind of scary. We'll see. Thriller Bark ended for me here at this point. It ended for me at
everything else is kind of wrap up. Like, had nothing happened.
Right there. I love.
And then we also add on. Let's say Sanji keeps it a secret.
Yes, yes, he does.
And Robin keeps it a secret.
Yes, and that's huge.
And I love Robin. So sneaky, just placing an ear on someone's arm to listen in on the conversation to figure out what's going on. She's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, she's a little sneaky.
She's very sneaky. Yeah. She's very sneaky.
So we already talked about Brook. We talked about the funeral. We talked about all that other stuff that happens. We learn about the Vivre card, which I thought was interesting. Luffy figures out that's what Ace gave him.
Yep.
Now,
Brook as well. Brook said that he saw Sanji and Zoro have that conversation.
Did he?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Someone just reminded, and Brook too. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I remember reading that. That is correct. Brook also knows what happened.
Does this ever get back to Luffy? Okay.
Zoro wouldn't want it to get back to Luffy.
Not one of your lies?
No, he doesn't. Well, he said in the thing, Luffy can't find out about this.
Well, yes, I know, but that
that
doesn't mean that he doesn't.
At least as far as I'm aware, Luffy hasn't gotten it. That's not a lie.
So, we end up, we find out, where did we find out that Ace is an impelled down? We talked about this off camera.
We talked about this because I remember reading it too.
I remembered reading that Ace was an impelled down. My first read through, as I was prepping my notes for tonight, I couldn't find it again.
I think it's where Kuma is talking to Moria.
Is that where we learn about it?
I think as he's updating him on Blackbeard has replaced Crocodile. Also, Ace is an impelled down.
That's huge. Yeah. And of course, I was disappointed that we didn't see Impel Down when we were in the Water 7 arc, when we were in Ennie's lobby, because I expected that's where the whole thing was.
You brought that up.
Yes,
you brought that up.
Yes, I did.
Yes, and I went and I.
Well, I thought Tom was going to be down there, and I wanted to see Tom set free. That's really what I wanted. I didn't want to believe that Tom died, right? Because I just like the character so much. But we do get back to the land of Marijois. Thank you. I was gonna kill it. I really was. And in Sengoku, taking Kuma to task for not killing everybody, not getting the head of Straw Hat Luffy. Garp is there celebrating his grandson, and in the worry that the Straw Hats are getting closer. That's my 14 pages of notes on Thriller Bark.
1 hour and 40 minutes. That's
10 minutes longer than I thought it would take. But, Thriller Bark, anything that was going to come after the Water 7 arc was going to be a little bit of a letdown. This really was a fun arc.
It's a fun arc. It's comedic.
Yep.
It's so much fun.
I wish that I didn't have I wish I didn't have as many distractions as I had in trying to prep for this and enjoy it.
Hogback is also reading it on the paper while they're escaping from Thriller Bark at the end.
Maybe
that's it.
Maybe that's where we find it.
You and I both read that.
Yes.
And we knew Ace had been imprisoned. And
Well,
that's why I was like, yeah, we're.
And I asked Grok where that gets revealed because I just wanted the chapter so I could go read it, and it said chapter 525, and I knew I had to read. Yeah, that's
no,
not
it
right.
happens in Thriller Bark.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. So the what happens after we do? Oh, geez.
We sit and make funny faces while we try to figure it out.
You get the banquet. You get the rest of Brook's backstory.
Yes, you get the funeral for his crew.
Yeah,
the funeral for his crew where he makes the decision to move forward, where he then turns to Luffy and says, "May I join your crew?" And Luffy's laying on the
he's
top
on
of
the piano,
looking
he's
down
laying
at
on
him.
the edge of the piano. Yeah,
and I just thought that was cool. I part of the problem with emotionally tapping in with Brook is, one, this is kind of a repetitive now theme of healing and redemption, and the artwork is just hard to appreciate.
The thing about Brook's story, and we talked about it a little bit, and yes, Laboon was mentioned.
Yes.
It's a great tie-in. It's a great tie-in.
That Laboon heard the song.
Yeah.
Somehow heard Binks
or
brew
just
because
somehow knew.
We knew. Crocus says, "Well, what's got you in such a good mood?"
Yes.
How did he at that moment?
I don't know.
But it was a wonderful moment.
Wonderful.
It was a wonderful moment.
And baby Laboon is just the cutest little shit.
He is. He is.
So fucking cute.
But
I want a little plushie of baby Laboon, not big. I want baby Laboon.
But Laboon finally, you finally get a little bit of the paid off of the emotional investment from when you meet him, because it was a little heartbreaking.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get to meet the people.
Yes.
You get to meet the crew.
And it seemed like it was a good crew. Even the captain was a good captain.
Yep.
I mean,
genuine good. So you know that they didn't leave him on purpose.
Right.
They were worried about him. They didn't want him to get hurt. He was still a baby.
Yes.
They left him with Crocus.
Yes.
And I think there's something about Brook, like everyone else with their, like, I want to live. Robin, I want to live.
Yes.
Because she thinks that she's just... It's different variations on the same theme.
But Brook is, I'm happy that I live.
I'm happy that I'm
alive.
Because
alive, right.
Brook is this... When we meet him, and you see as he's, like, wandering through the ship, he's trying to be optimistic.
Yes.
He's an entertainer. He's a musician.
Yes.
His job is to bring joy, and he's just trying so desperately. And there was a line that summarizes it. If you feel pain, if you're feeling pain, that is what tells you you're alive.
Yes.
If you can feel that pain, then you know you're alive.
Yes.
And that quote kind of just sums up Brook up until this point. And now he's got a new crew. Now he's got new people to entertain. He's got purpose again.
Yep.
And
well, that's a big thing.
And he's glad
purpose.
that he's alive, because I mean, think of it, he's cursed with being reborn into a skeleton body. So what's the point of being alive now? A lot of people would have just thrown themselves into the ocean after 50 years.
Is Orgon insane?
Orgon insane. He's a little insane.
Is his fruit, the Revive fruit, is it immortality or is it just 1 second life?
It's weird.
Okay.
He develops more abilities later on that are in relation to his fruit. I'm not going to get into what they are. Obviously, Straw Hats level up, and Brook is no exception. He gets some really cool powers.
Okay.
I will just say that. He's... Yeah, and then, why did he stay alive? Because he made a promise. He's the last of his crew to make a promise to go say...
Yep.
To go deliver the song, which is heartbreaking. The song.
Yeah,
And the-
yes
and
it
the
is.
thing.
Yeah.
Um.
The lyrics go across, you know, the whole top half of 2 pages, and yeah.
Yeah. And that song is it's used often in the anime, and it actually is kind of at the center for several big theories.
Did
in
they-
One Piece.
did they-
That
did
Big
they-
Sake is actually a really important song in universe and to the story as a whole.
I'm gonna have to scan that and make sure I keep a separate picture of it. And
Look it up. And...
was the music written? Was it original music for the show, or did they go back and use an old? Did they go back and use an old?
I think the song is original. I think the song is
Gotcha.
original. Because it's kind of a little too on the nose for One Piece.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
about the
All right.
music, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
it's good.
That's
Which
Thriller
we will
Bark.
play here in
Yeah.
a little bit. That's Thriller Bark.
Yeah.